Hello everyone, welcome to the Penguin Coders. In the last video, we declared all the app routes, the Flask routes which are used for going into the chat menu and the index.html file. Now in this video, we will declare the socket.io functions and complete this application. So to do that, open your app.py file and here I'll initialize the socket.io variable. So let me initialize that below the session app. So write a new variable socket.io equals socket.io, and here I'll write app, pass the app, and manage session equals false, because we don't want socket.io to manage its own session, and we will use the session which is provided by Flask to manage our app sessions. Now we will write all the definitions for our socket.io routes. Right here @socket.io.on, and here it's join function, namespace is the part of the URL where you want the socket.io functions to execute on. So we will do that on /chat route. So it's def join when someone joins the chat. So a message is passed here. Then we will get the room is equals to session.getRoom. Now let the user join the room. So join room and pass this room. After that, we will emit a message which will go from the backend to the front end, so that emit status which can be seen on the front end. So the status will be a message, and the message passed will be that some session, the name, session.get username. Suppose Mohit has joined the chat, so Mohit username plus has entered the room. Okay, and we will also pass the room name. So room equals room. Now if someone wants to send a message, then we have different function for that. So let's @socket.io.on text, and the namespace will be same as that of join. So namespace is chat. Then we have def text, and a message is passed here. So we will get the room from session. So room equals session.getRoom, and then in the room we will get the message. So emit message will be msg:\session.get username, because we want in each message the username should also be displayed. So username plus, and then we have plus the message which is passed, which is stored in the message array, and we will pass the room along with it. So room equals room. Now we have the last function when someone wants to leave the room so that he can leave on. So socket.io.on, and here it's left. Namespace will be the same. Namespace equals chat. Then def left, and we will write a message, pass a message to it. So get the room name, room equals session.getRoom, and then get the username. So username also from session, so session.get username, and then we have the function leave room. So leave room, and then we will pass the room in it, so that user leaves the room. Now after leaving the room, we will clear the session, so that when someone leaves the room, if someone again reloads the page, it doesn't show that the user is logged in, but it gets popped out. So session.clear, and then we will emit a message. So emit the status, which is message, here it's username plus has left the room, and we'll pass the room name. So room equals room. Now after this all is done, we will need to execute our application from the socket.io variable and not the Flask app.run. So we will write here socket.io.run and pass the app to it. So this completes the app.py file, and now we will go to the chat.html. So there is an error here. message plus. Okay, now we will go to the chat.html file where we have to write in the header a JavaScript which will be used for frontend socket.io library and will be used to send or control the actions which are been given by the buttons provided here, and also on the to get and capture the text messages which is provided in the front end of our application. So we will import the socket.io library and write the functions here. So in the chat.html file, import the jQuery library and the socket.io library. So script type equals text slash JavaScript. Then we have the source. Source will be at the website of jQuery. So code.jquery.com slash jQuery 1.4.2.min.js. So this is the version at the time of writing this code which is available. You can go to the jQuery website and choose the latest version if you want. And the script. Now we will import the socket.io library script. So again, script type equals text slash JavaScript. Then the source will be cdnjs.cloudflare.com slash ajax slash libs slash socket.io slash 1.3.6 slash socket.io.min.js and end the script here. So let me hide this. Okay, so this imports the socket.io library as well. Now we will write our own JavaScript file to control the chat, text and this button handlers. So create a new script. So script type equals text slash JavaScript, and then we have character set equals UTF-8. Now between these scripts we will define our code. So first define a socket variable. So where socket, and then after the document has been loaded we will write the function. So .document.ready function, and the function would be socket equals io.connect, and we will connect it to HTTP, and here we will pass the document domain, so which will be as of now localhost, but if you host it on a server then the domain name will be that document domain. So document.domain plus colon plus location port plus chat. So we are executing socket.io on the chat namespace, as you have already seen here that the app.route is also chat, and all the socket.io functions namespace is /chat. So we'll connect it to there and then write the function. So socket.on connect, and it's socket.emit join, and we don't pass anything here. Semicolon. Now socket.on status, then we have the function and we will pass the data to it, and now we will get the data from chat. So as chat, so the chat is actually this text area dot value chat dot val plus data dot message. So it basically writes whatever you have written on the text area, it copies that and it sends to the other computers on which the user is connected to. So that is written here, and then we will move the cursor to the top. So that is means always that latest chat is seen here. So dot chat dot scroll top chat at 0, so the topmost item dot scroll height. Okay, now we have the third function. So socket dot on message, and the function is function data. Now here again we get the message data chat dot value, then again we will pass the chat variable, dot value plus data dot message, So this basically status is for the time when someone user joins or leaves the room. Then we display this data.message in angular brackets. Otherwise, we will display the whole chat message without angular brackets. And then again, we will scroll it to the top. So copy this line and paste it here. Now we'll write the click handlers for this send button. So $send dot click and function. Then we have text which we get from the chat area. So text equals $text dot value. Then we delete the text from the input text, so to clear it out so that new text can be written. So $text dot value is empty, and then we emit that message. So socket dot emit text comma message is text. Now we have written all the functions for this. Now we will write a function to leave the room. So function leave room, if leave room is clicked on. So function leave room, and here we will emit some leave message. So socket.emit left, and then we write the function. The function basically disconnects the socket. So socket.disconnect, and we will redirect our page back to the login page. So window.location.href equals, we will call the URL, the Flask function URL for index. And this completes our script. Now we have to add one more thing. So as you can see, the function leave room we don't have it here written here. So we'll write it. So after the button danger, so on click equals leave room. So whenever we click this button, so the function is called. Now this completes our HTML file as well as the Flask file. Before running the application, make a small correction in the emit line. So here it's change the quotes of the message so that only message is quoted, and write this username after this colon. Now let's run the application. So as you can see, our application has started on 127.0.0/port for 5000. Now let's open our browser and see it's working. Make a small correction in the chat.html file. Before src, write a /, and the protocol will already be taken care of. So / has to be used. Now let's run the application. So we create true users, Bob and Alice, and join them in the same room. So start chat. So you can see that Bob has entered the room, start chat, Alice has entered the room. So he will write a message here, hey, and then send it, and here he will write it as hi Bob, so send it. So as you can see, it's working fine, and this completes our Penguin Coders chat application. See you for the next tutorial series. Thank you.